Hello Libra, welcome to your reading for January. It is currently the 4th of January, so we are a little bit late, not that late. You'll just have to forgive me, it's Christmas. We're going to have a little look at what is coming through for you for the rest of January. We're going to see what the overall vibe is, what the feelings are, what you can possibly expect, and just kind of general advice, really. So let's have a little look what is going to come out for you. I'm going to do maybe a week by week. Might be a good way to do things. Yeah, let's do a week by week. Right, Libra, fuck's sake. Okay, it's Mercury retrograde, and I just restarted the camera because I paused it for a second to do something. Restarted the camera, finished shuffling. I don't quite know where we got up to. I've just been talking to you for about 15 minutes, and none of it's recorded. So, a quick message about Mercury retrograde. Please do not sign any new contracts or anything coming up in the next 3 weeks. Please watch your technology. Always technological issues with Mercury retrograde. Things aren't going to work as easily. Double check your recording. Triple check your recording if you're doing any recording. Fuck's sake. Okay, so what I was saying, the first week for you in January, I've pulled you 12 cards, okay? So it's now the first week of January. So we're looking at the second week, the third week, and the fourth week of January, okay? So this is pretty much starting from when you see it. And the first two cards that we had was the Two of Wands, which is fire energy, and the Eight of Swords, sorry, which is air energy. We have in the Arcana here, we have the Sun card, which is Leo energy. We have Scorpio energy here. We have some Virgo energy, and other than that, all the elements are represented on the board, okay? So what I was saying is that this first week of January feels very fortuitous for you. I feel as though there's been something in 2022 that you've been trying to leave behind in 2022, but you just haven't been able to do it. And it feels to me as if it's an addiction of some form. And I'm seeing things like food, negative thinking, negative behaviors like gossiping, kind of like maybe being too happy to kind of join in with negative ways of being a little bit. But also seeing some difficulty with things like eating too much, possibly drinking too much. I'm seeing addiction, but I'm not thinking like, heroin addiction or anything. The overarching theme for your reading is the Page of Swords. So this is moving into a kind of new way of life, a new way of doing things, in effect. And this is being courageous, moving forward to change something in your life that feels unstable. And with the Two of Wands coming in here, this is something that you've been thinking about for a while, and it's kind of like seeking pastures new. So there's been something that you wanted to get rid of in 2022, but actually I feel as though you haven't really felt like you've been able to do that. And I feel like it is something to do with like overeating, an addiction or something like that. And I joked, I just thinking when I say it, I joked in the middle of it. I was like, well, that's fucking obvious, isn't it? You don't need to be a psychic to think the beginning of January, you're making a habit, you're making a new habit. So I joked and said, thanks, Spirit, do you think you could give me something better? And they probably fucked my recording to teach me a lesson to not speak back to the gods. Sorry, guys. So we then move in. The next cards that moved on for the rest of the first week or second week is that we have the Sun and the Hangman here. And this is you being able to change the way that you think about something. It's about moving from a mental, like a way of thinking, okay? So we saw there with the Eight of Swords that there's been something that you've been keeping yourself stuck in, okay? And I do feel that it's quite transformative at the moment for a lot of people for 2023. I think that a lot of people have had a really shit last 2 years. And I think now that things have opened up and, whatever, kind of gotten over the whole pandemic bullshit, I think people have really had enough. And I know from a spiritual perspective, a lot of people have been through some really significant awakenings over the last couple of years. And actually, they've been through the first dark night of the soul, which is, you know, your world collapsing in on you, which forces a spiritual awakening. 5:05 on the clock when I say that, which is change and chaos. And I feel like you have been through this process, Libra, and it has actually caused you to look at your life. And because of that, in 2022, I can kind of see you taking an inventory of things that don't work for you anymore, people that don't work for you, habits, behaviors, and all of these things. And you actually wanting to do something better with your life in 2023. And it's very fortuitous because with the Sun card here, this is blessings coming in. This is what you set your mind to for 2023 will come through. So Libra, please, for heaven's sakes, make sure that you're doing some manifesting, yeah? Write down your goals, do some vision boards. You know, a vision board is like taking pictures of things that you want to manifest or bring into your life. I've been using them for years. They are very good. I've manifested loads of things, and it was 555 on the camera there. So I feel like this year is going to be a big year of change for you, Libra, and particularly in January, I feel like you are going to be putting into place some of those things that you need to get rid of, okay? And these are some things that you need to sacrifice. And I think that's what's really important. I'm talking really fast, I don't know why. I feel like there's a bit of an anxiety energy about this just suddenly coming in there whilst I was saying this, because I was gonna say, I feel like there's some friends in your life that you know are not good for you, but they've been in your life for such a long time that you wanna hold on to them. You know, it's like, oh, but, you know, that's my mate that I've known from school, and that's, with all the love in the world, I don't think you should be friends with people that you knew in school. You know, unless they've done as much growth as you've done, what are you doing? You know, I find these people who, it sounds really judgmental, but whatever. I find these people who are like, oh, I've been friends with somebody for 40 years. And it's like, fuck, you're the same person as you were when you were at school? Like, what the fuck have you been doing for 40 years? Because it's very unlikely that people tend to grow at the same speed, you know? Sometimes they do, in which case that's great. But actually, most people tend to grow at different things, and they tend to grow apart at that point. And I feel like you should be going through death and rebirth in your life. And if you're not, I feel like you're doing something wrong. Might be me being a bit ruthless, but I do feel like for you, there has been some conflict that you've tried to avoid with this, and it's like, I feel like you've been a bit of a go along to get along, and that's a bit harsh, Libra. I'm getting people-pleasing tendencies. Okay, I'm just gonna call you out on this shit the way I see it. I'm giving you the message the way I see it. Please don't shoot the messenger. This is something where you've been like, you know, almost like not learning from your mistakes, you know, in the past. This is that there's been a battle, you know, there's been conflict, the conflict has ended, and now this guy's going around to collect up the swords after this conflict. And you can see this man in the background where there is loss, and the sky is stormy. This isn't a cheerful card, but what this also is another 5, which we've seen quite a lot already with the timers and the things that are coming through on the clock. And 5 talks about change and chaos, and I do feel like some people resist change because they are frightened about what's going to come, because change is chaotic. It's like at the moment, I'm going through a tower moment at the moment, and my whole life is going to have to change. But it's like you have to, that's evolution, that's progression. You know, nothing changes if nothing changes. You know, maybe we'll have to use that as the title. Libra, nothing changes if nothing changes. But you are being encouraged to go forward into this new life. And I feel like some people cannot come along on the ride with you, my darling. You know, if they're not putting the work in to do all the things that they need to do to keep themselves healthy. If you've got people around you who are, you know, also eating too much or drinking too much or alcoholics or drug addicts or whatever, and every time you see them, they end up kind of pushing their shit onto you. Misery loves company. You know, I feel like you've got something, somebody, some things in your life that you really had enough of in 2022. And the only reason why you're not letting this go, Libra, is through fear. And people pleasing, you know, oh, you got to be nice, got to look after people. No, niceness isn't you sacrificing yourself for other people. That is self-harm. So the second week, I feel like you start off quite well with it, and then things kind of maybe fall back a little bit in the third week. And I feel that these things kind of come through. And this Five of Swords in reverse is like losses made, receiving a loss because you acted purely in your own interest. And I don't feel like this is a bad thing, because I feel like you act in the interest of other people way too much, And so there's people in your life who are like, oh, you've changed, you're not as nice as you used to be. And it's like, if you're putting boundaries in with people, 1022 as they say that, if you're putting boundaries in with people and they don't like that you're putting in boundaries with them, they're a fucking narcissist, or they have massively toxic behaviors and you need to run. If I've got a friend of mine who says, do you know what, when I do this thing, it makes me feel really bad, so I'm going to stop doing it, I'd be like, brilliant, well done for looking after yourself. I wouldn't be offended and be like, oh, you're a shit friend that you're not serving me anymore. The people who don't like people putting boundaries in are people who have toxic behaviors themselves. And they'll never fill your cup up. So you keep filling their cup up, your cup's going to be empty, you're going to be thirsty, and you're going to be wondering what the fuck happened. 111 on the clock as I said that. New beginnings, Libra. So these people who are coming in telling you, oh, you've changed, why are you being so selfish? It's not fucking selfish to live your life for yourself. You're supposed to be living your life for yourself, Libra. So take back your power and say no. No. How about no? That's what I'm hearing. Fuck. Okay. And this causes you to go into some hermit mode. And this is one of the scariest parts, I think, is that when you are removing people from your life and removing habits and behaviors from your life, everything does change. I used to am I going to say this? Yeah, fuck it. I used to be a bit of an addict when I was a kid, when I was younger, and I used to be taking drugs all day, every day, all the time. Like, nothing hard or anything, but it was a problem. And the only way I could kind of really get out of it was to get rid of everybody that I did drugs with. Because if you're going out and you're with all the same people that you always did drugs with, and there's drugs around you and everything, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're never going to be able to give up. 12:12 on the clock when I say that. So new beginnings, fresh new start. And it's interestingly here to say with that 12:12, which is a 3, and it was 21:21 then, again, a 3, 2 3s, 33, master number, is the Empress card came out, okay? And she came out on her side. So this could go this way or this could go this way. And this is about, who do you want to be, Libra? Do you want to be the Empress? Because if you want to be the Empress, who is the epitome of fertility and love and feminine power and pleasure, luxury, beauty, success, everything. I mean, look at this bitch. This is the 3. She's bigger, better, and more important than the 4 queens in this deck. Yeah, she is head honcho, top bitch. Yeah, and even if you're a male, okay, and you're watching this, I feel like this is this energy that you're supposed to be giving back to yourself, this nurturing energy that you're supposed to give back to yourself. The Empress serves herself. She serves herself first, and then she serves her empire, okay? And this is what you're supposed to be doing, Libra. This is the harvest. She has the harvest in front of her. She has brought in her feminine powers. She has the world of beauty and spring and water. She has the stars upon her head. She's crowned with the heavens because she has heaved, yeah? Heaven, to heave, to pull yourself up. Heaven, yeah? This is the root of the word, is to heave up. Because you're supposed to be pulling yourself up, but you're not. Because you are too busy pulling everybody else up and they're pulling you down. I just saw this video, I just saw in my head somebody who's gone out to save somebody else who's drowning. And instead of them relaxing and doing as they're told, they're pushing you down so they can come up. And that just gave me chills. That's self-harm, Libra. Stop being so fucking nice. You're people-pleasing. And this is now, I feel like this is setting the tone for you. If you can choose in this moment to put behind you these behaviors that you know you need to give up, to become this Empress, to give to yourself in a whole and truthful way, you are going to get an opportunity, okay? Something new that's coming in, a wish fulfilled. And this could be love with the cup, but I do feel like this is more like self-love for yourself, that you will finally come to, what's the word? I don't know. Help me, Spirit. I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. But you will finally come to this point where it's like, it's me. It's me time. It's about me. My life is about me. I've been here. I'm saying like 2023 is Laura 3.0 for me, you know? It's the third generation. I did the first generation unhealed. The second generation was like nearly healed but not fully integrated. And the third one is like, no, I'm fucking integrating everything I teach, everything I am, everything I say, everything I have learned, I'm integrating every single fucking bit of it. And this is our year, baby. I'm also an air sign. You know, I'm an Aquarius. 14:44 on the clock. You can't see it, but no, I'll just show people. 14:44 on the clock there. 144 is Archangel Michael. You are divinely protected. So take the fucking chance. Yeah, don't slip into this shit, because you get some people coming up being all like, oh, you know, you normally look after me. My cup's empty. And you know, the reason why people's cups are empty is because they're going around filling up other people's cups. If we all just looked after ourselves, all of our cups would be empty, would be full, and we wouldn't be asking other people to fill our cups. So self-love, self-care is not selfish. Yeah? Looking after yourself is really, really important. I feel like this is something big that you need to change right now. And this will lead to a whole new beginning. A whole new beginning for you. And it will lead you, Libra, into having a fucking fantastic end of January. Because the last 4 cards that you've got here are abundance, wish fulfillment, and you sitting in your Queen of Wands energy, which is bad bitch. Bad bitch energy. If you're a male, you know, take it as it resonates. But this is bad bitch energy. She has got her little kitty cat at her feet, which means that she is in touch with the divine, in touch with her intuition. She has a harvest. She has passion. She is sat there knowing her fucking shit, being the fucking shit. So when is it going to be your time, Libra? Yeah, this is the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. This is your manifestations coming. And this is the single woman card. I don't see counterparts here. This is, if you're a male, this isn't like, oh, it's not for me because it's women represented, because we have the Hermit card with the masculine energy. But what the feminine energy is very much about looking after oneself. You know, and it's about receptive energy. And, you know, the feminine energy is the receiver. The masculine energy is the doer and the giver. I know it's counterintuitive to what we've been told. But, and also underneath, oh my fucking God. Okay, so underneath the overarching theme of this, which was something new coming in, a new way of doing things, we had the Lovers card. And this isn't just, you know, whatever for other people, but the more that you serve yourself, the more you'll find somebody else who serves themselves, and then you two can just be these whole wonderful people that look after each other. Underneath the Lovers card was Temperance, which is about balance and alchemizing your life, and underneath that was the Fool card. And that is taking a new leap into a new way of life, and how leaving behind what doesn't serve you. So I do feel, Libra, like 2023 and January can be a really good time to start a new way of life for yourself, but you have to choose you. Yeah, you have to choose you. And I feel like around the second week of the third week of January, there's going to be somebody in that comes in and tries to challenge that. They're going to try and stop you from choosing you with some bullshit that they need help or whatever, you know, and they're going to try and pull you off. Bit rude. 1919, yeah, that's new beginnings, new start, endings, new start, end of an old cycle. Around the 3rd week of January, I feel like there's going to be somebody that comes in to try to test you to see whether or not you're going to choose them or choose yourself. I'm telling you now, when that test comes in, you choose yourself. Use your words. You say no. Say no to what doesn't serve you, okay? And you will be rewarded for it. Any other advice, please, Spirit, for Libra? Can I get 3 more cards, please? For Libra, for the end of January. Thank you very much. It's a lively one. Did you see that? Can I get 2 more cards, please? Oh, 2 more. 1 more card, please, Spirit. Thank you very much. These are lively little motherfuckers. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Just tells you everything. So, bring love into the situation. And this is self-love. And this is Aquarius, January. Okay. Air sign as well. We can be quite cerebral creatures as air signs. It's all up here. So try and root yourself. Try and get back in touch with your emotions and make sure that you're serving yourself emotionally as well. Remember that the water there that we're pouring is the water of life, which also represents emotions and those feelings. Surrender to the divine in reverse. So I feel like you've been fighting this in 2022. You've been having a calling. There's been something that's been going around in your mind, and it's almost like divine intervention, where they've been trying to tell you, Spirit has been trying to tell you, that person's not good for you, this behavior's not good for you, you need to let go of that. You've resisted it long enough. You can't resist it anymore. 2023, you need to go into yourself, look after yourself, and you are going to get some fucking big blessings if you do. What do you need to release? Okay, people-pleasing tendencies, shit that doesn't serve you, looking after narcissists, planting in other people's gardens and not tending your own. Yeah? You got this, Libra. You got this. If you'd like a private reading, my readings are open. There's a link down below in the thing. There's an array of different readings, so to match people's prices. Please follow me. Please subscribe. If you like this, give me a like. Go follow me on TikTok as well, because I'm doing daily stuff over there. But anyway, yeah, I love you. Thank you very much for being here and part of my community. Take care of yourselves and have a fantastic January. And don't forget, serve yourself, baby. It's all about you.